Welcome, my listener, and thank you for choosing to listen to us. We are Silwan Fountain Treatment and Recovery Center. We were founded back in 2018, and this is after a realization of the need to take care of those who are struggling with addiction in our community. As a founder of Silwan Fountain Treatment and Recovery Center, I was in the counseling field for around 18 years. And as much as I worked with my clients, those ones who are struggling with alcohol and other drugs, I realized I'm not getting a breakthrough. And after that experience, I chose to go to college and study addiction therapy, where now as a result of that, Silwan was founded, and that is what we do. Maybe for you to be able to understand about treatment for those who are struggling with addiction. At Silwan, we offer, the first point is to start with screening the client to know whether they are at that threshold of working with them as inpatient or we work with them as outpatient. And when you talk of screening, you want to know the kind of drug somebody has been using, for how long they have been there. And this is something we do for every client who comes in. In screening, you're also able to understand at what stage the client is in, and whether we work with them outpatient or they'll be taken care of as residential clients. We also do an assessment, and in assessment, we are also able to find out, is the person having other underlying conditions. And in assessment, if somebody has underlying mental health conditions, or what we call co-occurring conditions, one is able to be taken care of by our psychiatrist, who will initiate treatment as per the diagnosis, as much as we continue doing the rest of the work in rehabilitation. There are clients who come in, and because of their usage, they're at a point where they will need to be given what we call medically assisted detoxification. And this is where you want a client to withdraw from the drug in a healthier way, rather than what can challenge them to get to medical crisis. And with medically assisted therapies, they are done as per the level at which a client is in, and what is really good for that client and that particular time. This also, after we do the assessment, this helps us do individual treatment planning. You might think that because everybody is using, that they can have just a holistic way of handling it as per the other person. We at Silwan, we consider the individual uniqueness of our person. We also consider that as much as I am using, my reasons of using might be different from that other person who we are together. So we focus more on, apart from the drink or the drug of choice, which might be just a symptom, what are the other underlying causes of this person using? And this helps us really in planning, case conceptualization, and planning of the individual treatment plan. Our treatment program encompasses of the 12-step, which I believe there are people who have heard about it, the 12-step program, which has been used and it has been successful. The other thing we do alongside is skill training, and more focusing the person on individual awareness. Because as much as you're in a treatment program, it is always important for one to realize the individual need and the need to work on their recovery as an individual. And as we focus this person on self, they own the treatment process and recovery. It's not about doing it for others or even the family who have brought the client in. It's about me doing the program for me. On the other side, we also involve the family. Treatment or addiction is a family problem or a family challenge, and you cannot just work with the individual and not help the family understand addiction, because if they don't understand, they will not be in a position to know how best to support. They might support in ways which will be only helping or enabling the person to continue using. So in our treatment program, we always have the family on board, and every first Saturday of the month, we involve them in a psychoeducation session. And in between, because in our treatment program, the client is allocated an individual therapist. The individual therapy also works closely with this individual family, now as per their specific needs, which can support them in healing and also in supporting the client after discharge. In our program, we also have a slot for relapse prevention. And in relapse prevention, we help the client understand that they have their own personal triggers. And we help them identify these personal triggers, which we also categorize from being high risk, moderate risk, and low risk. And as they are identified, you help them to set up realistic strategies of how to handle each trigger, even as they prepare to exit. We also encourage and assist them together with their families to come up with an exit program, because if a recovering addict is going back to emptiness, they start a very high risk of going back. So we help them and we support them to work with the resources they have so that they can be able to put up or to come up with a realistic exit plan, which I will start executing upon discharge. Even after we discharge our clients, we don't just leave them alone. We have an aftercare program which takes care of the client after going back to the environment they had left. So with the individual therapist, they organize for the first 1 month, we have weekly sessions where the client will come share their experience after discharge, the struggles they might be going through, and the kind of support they might need as they continue with their recovery journey. So this continues weekly for the first 1 month, and then we transit to fortnightly from the second month. However, I would want to say that this is dependent on how the client is coping and how they are on their path of recovery. In these monthly, weekly sessions, and after 2 weeks, after we are almost doing the first month, we involve the family, because we would also want to hear from them how they are coping and also how they are supporting, and if there are challenges, how can we as professionals assist them. Then after we do the 2 weekly aftercare, we transit to 1 month, and this is guided by how the client is stabilizing out there, and also the feedback we are getting with the family as we work together. Because one thing we make very clear to our clients and to the families is that treatment is a process, and this process involves the 3 teams to work together so that we can get or we can achieve good results. And with that, I believe we are able to support the families and our clients. Then maybe something of importance I can mention here is, as an institution, we have an alumni of our clients, where through the manager, facility manager, they have a WhatsApp page where they connect with each other. After one is discharged, you are introduced into that group. And you're not being introduced to a group where they are all strangers. No. Before somebody exits from treatment, we make sure that with those who have recovered, we involve them to come and talk to our clients, encouraging them on the path of recovery. So even as somebody is introduced to that WhatsApp page, they are not strangers. They're able to connect with these other persons who have been coming. Okay, before COVID came, we used to have a bi-monthly forum with alumni, which currently we are working to bring back, because after COVID, it's something we had to stop because of what we were not to meet physically. So that is something we are working on, and we are hopeful that as it peaks, we'll be able to get many clients supporting each other and us supporting them as an institution, which has given us a good recovery path. You might be wondering where you can get us or where you can find us. You can reach us on the telephone number 0722 36 7706 or 0745 211 263. Our physical address, we are located at Dome Estate. You can join, you can connect to us at Plateau Crescent, house number 110 stroke 225. And when you come to Plateau Crescent, we are the second gate on your left, and we have a signage with bearing the name Silwan. You can connect through Thika Road or from the Northern Bypass. On the website, you can get us at NACANDA website. We are accredited by NACANDA, which is the governing body. And also, we have our website, www.silwanfountain.org. What we would really recommend to those who are struggling out there, know that there is treatment, there is support, there is care. And as we do this together, we'll be able to see our loved ones get back to that God-ordained destiny and plan for their life. Thank you.